like to welcome everyone to our Catholic Sisters Week discussion with two of our Service and Leadership Scholarship students, Darlenys and Gee. Before we get started, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Catholic Sisters Week. Each year, people throughout the world observe Catholic Sisters Week, an annual celebration that highlights women religious, their accomplishments, as well as their influence on society. Now I'd like to turn it over to Sister Barbara McEnany, the Director of Campus Ministry at Dominican College, who has worked very closely with our Service and Leadership Scholarship students, and who will introduce them. Welcome, Sister Barbara.
Hi, Katie, and thank you everyone for watching us today. Over the past 2 years, I've been so pleased to work with our DC Service and Leadership Scholarship students. These students have truly impacted the lives of our sisters, and we are so grateful to have them working with us at the Motherhouse. You know, one of my favorite quotes of St. Catherine of Siena is this: "If you are who you are meant to be, you will set the world on fire." Well, Darlenys and Gee have been absolutely everything they were supposed to be, and they have set our sisters' souls, hearts, and spirits on fire. And so I am so pleased today to introduce Darlenys Sanchez and Gee Salim. Welcome, both of our wonderful students, and thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Darlenys and Gee. How are you guys today?
Hi, we're good. Yeah,
very
thank
good.
you.
So first off, please tell our listeners a little bit about yourselves and how did you first learn about the Service and Leadership Scholarship with the Sisters of St. Dominic?
I am a senior here at Dominican College. I am a bio major, and I actually heard about this opportunity my junior year, and I applied. At the time, I didn't get it. However, Catherine Strobel, who was in charge of the program at the time, encouraged me to apply again, and I applied again, and I received this amazing opportunity. I wanted to learn more about the Dominican faith before I graduated, so I'm really blessed to have gotten an opportunity to learn more about the faith.
And what about you, Gee?
Hello, everybody. My name is Guilherme Salim, but I'm from Brazil, and everybody calls me G. I'm a junior. I'm a financial business major, and I'm also in the men's tennis team. I was back in Brazil when I first saw the email as well as and I saw the opportunity to see, and I was back home in Brazil for COVID year, and I saw this opportunity when I saw the requirements for the scholarship. I thought would be an amazing opportunity to use everything that I learned when I was coaching tennis, and I had an experience that I had to take care of someone with needs, and I thought it would be an amazing opportunity to use everything. So I applied for it, and thank God I got it.
And we are so thankful. I think I could speak on behalf of Sister Barbara. We are definitely thankful to have both of you a part of our community here. And so let's, rewind a little bit before you started officially working here. What did you think your experience was going to be like working at a convent?
I was honestly scared. When I got the opportunity, I got the email like, "Oh my God, you got the scholarship. We're looking forward to working with you." There was a fear that went through my body. I was so scared, mostly because I thought that I was going to be judged by the sisters. I mean, I have very fiery red hair. I like my long nails. I thought that they were going to judge me on my appearance, or I don't really know much about the Dominican faith, and I had a lot of questions, and I wanted to ask and learn more about it, but I didn't want to sound offensive or offend the sisters in any way.
Sure.
So, I was scared, but when I got here, they were so open-minded. The sisters love my red hair. They comment on it every week when they see me. So it was different.
It does look fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
For me, I would say that I had the same idea, I followed the same myth that I'll come here and there would be environment, very strict and very religious environment, and I was scared to start it because I wasn't as religious at that time, And I was like, I was scared to offend the sisters as well, just say something that was not correct or do something that wasn't right.
Mhm.
However, we came here and then it was just totally different than we expected, and it was just amazing, amazing, and they all loved that. I'm from a different country. I'm an international student. And I play tennis, and it's just really good environment to be here.
Yeah, so you kind of touched on this a little bit. So if you could elaborate a little bit more for our listeners, what your experience has actually been like, if you could kind of take us through what a typical day is like for you when you're at the convent and visiting our sisters.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, the experience overall, I think, has been very eye-opening. From a religious perspective, we have like these readings and these modules that we have to do every week. So just that alone has taught me so much about the Dominican faith and spirituality, and it's really benefited me. And then going to the second floor and being with the sisters, we get upstairs, we say hi to all the sisters, we do like a round around the rooms, and we say hi to everyone, and we just talk about our day, for like 5-10 minutes, and then we play games. We play cornhole with Sister Pat Howell, who used to be a basketball player, and she's actually the
Wow.
yeah, she's in the Hall of Fame here at Dominican College because she's a Dominican College alum, and she's very competitive when it comes to cornhole.
Would you say she's the best cornhole player out
Oh,
of the convent?
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
100%.
Yeah, we play. We kind of like set up teams. So I'm always with like Sister Pat Langton, like I'm on her team, and then G is on Sister Pat Howell's team. And obviously, I mean, they always win. They're the athletes.
You have the ringer on your team.
Yeah.
The athletes.
Yeah, the two athletes and then the two non-athletes. And then Sister Pat Langton, she's also very competitive, especially when it comes to like dominoes. She loves dominoes, very competitive with that. So it's just, that's what we do. We have a good time. They share their stories with us about their life as sisters, and again, like we ask them all these questions about the religion and how they became sisters, and they're always so kind enough to answer our questions and like not judge us for asking anything about the religion or anything we want to know about them. So
For me, as the same, but the way she said it is just it's the same. It's the same. It's a very good environment to be in. Sometimes we're college students. Sometimes we have tests. We're stressed. We are not in a good place. We're just not feeling good. We come here and then it's just so good to come here and then just see them smiling at you and just wishing you the best. And they really wanted to talk to you and they're really happy to see you. It feels so good to see that you're not someone is really wants to see you and you're so happy to being there.
Yeah, they always like provide so much love, especially like days where we need it the most. Like G said, like just being college students and our majors are so stressful,
yeah.
But they like love us regardless. I could tell them like, oh my God, I think I failed my test, and they're like, no, because you're the smartest person I know. You didn't fail your test. So just hearing that alone, like you just feel so loved.
Yeah, and especially for me, I have set goals in life that I want to accomplish, and when I go talk to the sisters, they had already accomplished their goals and they had their set goals and they did everything they could. So I love to hear their experiences and listen to their stories, life stories that I just can learn from it. And they wanted to teach me. They want to talk about it. It's just really good.
It's very encouraging.
It's very encouraging, and it makes me want to even accomplish my goals even more. I look at them and I say I want to be as happy as them when I am at their age, and I want to just help everybody and just want to be as happy as they are.
Yeah, and you can never take that for granted, being in an environment where you are surrounded by individuals who welcome you and accept you and just embrace you and greet you with a smile. Especially, with everything going on in the world today, you can never take that for granted. And, thinking about it, you've been here for about a year. What's been your favorite memory that just makes you smile? Just when thinking about it, over your time here?
One memory that I love that just gets me through the weeks, especially the spring semester, because I feel like spring goes by so fast. Spring semester is always so fast. But Sister Pat Langton, she got like this dog for her birthday. And,
Asparagus.
Asparagus.
Yeah.
Gus for short. So yeah, when we came back from winter break, she like already had like this dog. So she went around every room introducing Gus, and we have to pet it, we have to walk it, we have to talk to it, and it's like just that moment. Like every day, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go and like pet Gus, because it's like it's we have fun, we make jokes about it, make jokes about Gus. It's a great time, so it's definitely a memory that I think about every day. It just helps my day, it makes my day better.
Yeah. For me, I would say something that happened last semester when the weather was bad outside. We actually went for a walk with the sisters. We were 4 sisters.
Yeah.
I think we went for a walk with 4 sisters.
Yeah.
And we made a lap around campus,
Mhm.
and they were like talking with us about their life experiences
Yeah.
and the stories when they're like younger. And it was just so good. We were like, I was laughing so much. They were so
their
funny.
life back home in like the
Yeah.
Bronx, and just when they were younger, and all like the mischievous
Yes.
activities they used to get into when they were little
It
kids.
was really
yeah,
good.
it
And
was, yeah.
I just came back from the summer, and I went to Hawaii for vacation. And a couple of the sisters, they went to Hawaii as well, and they were telling me all these stories in Hawaii.
Mhm.
What did they do? And we were like talking about it. It was just like so good.
Yeah.
That was one of my best memories for sure.
That's great to hear. And let's shift topics. We talked about before a little bit about what you thought working at a convent would be like compared to what it is, a year later. So for each of you, what's been the biggest myth about the sisters that's been busted, in your opinion, since being here?
It's nothing like what you see in the movies or on TV. They're not religious. They're not hitting us with a ruler or anything. Again, like I said, I had so many questions, and I didn't want to offend anyone, but I truly wanted to learn and just know more about the faith and, the calling to truth and my purpose in life and all that. And they were more than happy to help and, help me answer my questions, enlighten me, guide me in the right path. So that myth alone, like I really thought that I was going to be judged, but that myth was debunked as soon as I stepped into the convent. Again, I think when I first got to the convent, I actually had blonde hair. So, like, I don't know, like, I'm always changing my hair color. So I thought that alone, they were going to judge me for that. But again, like, they didn't. They were so, just open-hearted, open-hearted, open-minded. And they're always looking forward to answer my questions, my silly questions, no matter how silly they are, they're always happy to answer.
Yeah, for me, I'll definitely say it was the same idea that, they're gonna be very strict. They're gonna force religions upon you, and it's gonna be really, really, really tough time. And if you're not as religious as them, they're gonna be judging you. And it was completely the opposite of I thought about it would be.
Yeah.
And it was just so good. They don't. It's a very religious environment, but they don't force that on you. You come here and they're talking about like prayers, and they're talking about what they did in the morning. They're gonna pray for you. They're gonna I have a test next week. I'm gonna be praying for you. And they talk about their religion and why the reason that they joined the convent first of all, and then you just be more and more curious about religion, and it comes out naturally. You just want to know more, and then it's just a very good environment. You're just very open-minded, very relaxed. It's just really good.
Yeah, and just piggyback, I'm sorry, on what he was saying before, like not forcing religion. I am Pentecostal. That's the religion I observe. And I mentioned to the sisters that, like, I'm Pentecostal, so I'm kind of like in a different branch of Christianity. And, I didn't know much about the Catholic faith, the Dominican faith, or anything like that, like about saints or anything. And again, like, they weren't forcing me to learn about saints, but they were more than happy to explain, the beginnings of certain saints and their purpose and what they did, and just enlightening me more in a different like area of faith and religion and spirituality. And that also, fed my soul, and it helped me a lot personally, and even like reconnecting to my Pentecostal faith. So yeah, it was very.
Yeah.
It was very good because again, it wasn't forced. It was something that came
Came out
naturally.
naturally, yeah. And coming naturally like that, just like how easy to go into it, you get more curious. I was curious about the saints and the story of the Catholic, the school, from
Right.
like everything, and it's just I wanted to know more, and I felt good learning all the information. So yeah.
That's great. And as we mentioned before, we're currently streaming this Catholic Sisters Week discussion on our YouTube page, our Facebook page, as well as Twitter. And we've had a few comments and even a question. Myrna says hello. And then Teresa, who's watching on YouTube, said thank you for sharing yourselves with the sisters. And she had a question, which is, what is one thing you learned about faith from the sisters? And either of you feel free to answer that. So what is one thing you learned about faith from the sisters?
I would say that something I took to my personal life is that faith is believing in something and actually really trying to accomplish that. So if you believe in something and you truly believe, that you're gonna make it true. You're gonna learn how to accomplish that, how to make that faith true. And for example, I have faith that one day I will accomplish all my goals and I will mm, achieve everything that I want. And I have to believe on that. And if I don't believe, I'm not gonna accomplish. So if I believe and I have faith that I can do it, of course I'm gonna push myself out there so I can accomplish all that. And you can bring that for different areas in your life. And um, it's so good and so good to believe on that because you just bring a positive mindset to your life. And if something bad happens, you say it's just one step, it's just one stone on my world, and I can go because I have faith that I can do it. And
I
you
love
can bring
that.
religion, yeah, as well. And it's just something that I'm really doing every day in daily life. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to agree with G. I know one of the modules that we read had to do with faith and also in the way you speak. So when you speak, you have to believe in what you say. Like when you're praying, you have to put a little bit of faith into that. You don't just pray and just say these like empty words. You have to believe in what you're saying, because God has a reason, has a purpose for you, and everything you say, like G was saying, will be true if you put your right intentions into it and you speak with faith and you speak with truth. And that was one of the most enlightening things I think that I've heard from the sisters.
That's great. And final question for today for both of you. What has been the biggest lesson that you've learned while working here?
Okay, so my biggest lesson, I've actually thought about this for a while now, is that I'm never alone. Like no one's ever truly alone. And I say that because coming to the convent, I'll tell one of the sisters I have an exam next week, and they'll be like, "Oh, we'll pray for you." And just that alone, it kind of just reassures me that I'm not alone. I have God and I have the sisters and I have people that love me and are always praying for me. Again, like they don't judge. They don't look at anything bad that you've done or anything good that you've done. They just look at you as a person and they love you regardless of that. And I think the same thing goes with God. He loves you no matter what. And just that idea alone and just feeling that love and feeling that comfort and that safety when you're here at the convent. When I'm out there in the real world, I remember like I'm not truly alone. I have God with me always, and I have my sisters always praying for me and always looking out, always asking God to look out for me. And it just, especially now, just that alone and this time and age, with so much hatred and jealousy and everything going on in the world, it's good to know that there are people that love you regardless, and that they'll never leave you alone. Like you'll always have someone with you.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with that more.
For me, they helped me the biggest lesson that I learned is to view things in a different perspective. Just seeing the positive side of everything. And it was just, I remember that I had a conversation with Sister Barbara. That was a moment in my life, eye-opening for me, that um, we're talking about death. Her Sister Barbara recently lost her sister, and we were talking about it. She was very upset, but at the same time, she was happy. She was talking about death, and she was smiling. And I was, sister, like, are you sad? What is going on? Like, are you okay? She goes, I don't believe that death is like end of this life. It's just the beginning of a new one. And that was just like, things happen for a reason, and I truly believe that. And you gotta keep moving on and just seeing the good side out of it. So seeing the positive side instead of seeing the cup halfway empty, just halfway full. And every bad thing that happens in your life, you can see the positive side of it. And that's something that I learned from the sisters, because they were always happy, and don't matter what is going on, they are always happy and trying to like overcome the problems. And that was something that I took from my life, and I really want to teach others as well.
That's wonderful. And on behalf of our listeners, as well as everybody at the convent, Sister Barbara, I just want to thank you both for joining us today, for sharing your story with us, and just for being a part of the community. I know everybody here just adores both of you, and it's truly wonderful to see how much the sisters light up each week when you both are here, as well as the other scholarship students. They just really appreciate you, and you are definitely never alone. So I want to say goodbye now to Sister Barbara and Darlenys and Gee, and just thank you again for joining us. And we actually have one more comment before I let you go, from someone who's watching on YouTube, Ocean, who says, thank you both for sharing your stories and experiences. It is so great to hear and learn more about my Dominican college community, but also the sisters, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so goodbye to Darlenys and Gee and Sister Barbara.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Kate.
Bye.
And before we go, I'd like to remind you of our other upcoming Catholic Sisters Week events. Tomorrow morning, we'll be recording a live episode of the Hearts of Fire podcast that will be streamed on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Sisters Rose Ellen Gorman and Valerie Lordy from the Dominican Sisters of Spark Hill, where they will be discussing religious life. And tomorrow evening at 8 p.m., Sister Barbara Anscrow and other sisters from various Dominican congregations will come together for an Ask a Sister live discussion. And on Monday, March 14th, we will once again be hosting our virtual Celtic Tea at 5 p.m. And prior to then, be sure to take a chance to win one of our Celtic Tea raffle baskets. We have 19 baskets this year, and you could take a chance up until Sunday, March 13th, and we'll be sure to post the raffle link on the comment section. And thank you again for tuning in today, and please know that you're in daily prayers of our sisters and associates, and happy Catholic Sisters Week.